Okay, now almost 5 hours later we want to make a graft. So in this hive I know that I should have a frame with very fresh larva. What you want to use, like it's a 3-day-old egg that is going into larva stage. It's very tiny larva, maybe 1 millimeter length, and we want to graft it in the frame that was prepared. So I want to open this hive and get that prepared grafting frame as well as the frame that has eggs. I know the frame that has eggs, I think number 2 from this side, and grafting frame is here. This is my feeder portion, so I will remove it. It's not recommended to use smoke, but because the weather is not so good, I use just a little bit of smoke on the bees to make sure that they're calm, just maybe like that. And maybe a little bit to this one. That's it. Then I hide the smoker and first remove this feeder box. And then I quickly want to take my grafting frame that should have prepared queen cells. Let's see. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Remember how it looked like now? Look now, you can see that this looks much better. Right, so this is how they prepared it. They attach it, see these ridges, and they also make the right shape and depth, so they completely remade it. And a lighter color from last year, this yellowish color is from this year, and it's okay to use the old ones. It's not gonna make any bad thing. It's actually even better if you use the old cups, but make sure that they prepare them like this, so you have a nice shape, so it's ready for graft. Look at this one, for example. This is just absolutely perfect shape. So is what we need. So we take this whole frame right with the bees. We don't care much about them. Let them crawl here. Here we close it, getting upset. And then we take frame number 2. They stung me right in my forehead. That's okay. So frame number 2, apparently it's a good frame. It has larvae that we can utilize. So we take this whole frame and we close the hive right with the bees. We want to close these guys because they're getting too much upset. We close it like this for easier opening, and we can smoke them a little bit just to calm them down, and we go for grafting. Okay, here's my grafting area. So I put the frame with larvae here. I did not remove nursing bees for the reason that they keep larvae warm, and this is what I'm gonna be using to graft the cells. And what I can do is just extract. So I take this and extract some the grafting cells. Here they are. Right. Got this. Number 2. Can check the bees here. Don't need them. and this is number 3. So we have 3. Put this frame here. It's a bit messy, but I keep the bees because they steal nurse for that larva. Now the tools, my tools are here. You can see this is Chinese grafting tool versus like this professional, but I never had a good luck using this metal tool because it's quite inconvenient. But this cheap Chinese tool is much better. So what you need to do is you just go to the larva from the back, pick it up, and then put it in a cell, and kind of place it in there using this plunger. Right? With this one, okay, you can take it, but how you gonna place it? So I use the plunger. Maybe I'm just not using it correctly, and I usually have a few of them. If one is not working, use another one. Also, I'm gonna be using flashlight like this because we need more light is better, right? So put some light. You wanna see larva very well. It's super tiny. I'm gonna use this flashlight. This is not so good, but it's okay. Helps. And I'm gonna be using hot water because I need to wash the tool. Like I just wash it in the water like this. And I also have this mixture of honey and royal jelly to keep it in my mouth because I need sometimes to clean the tool. So I take a spoon of it and keep it in my mouth to have that right environment in my mouth because I need to use it to clean the tool. Okay, that's basically it as far as the setup, and I'll just show you how the larva looks like. So these are the bees. Yeah, with my iPhone it's hard to see, but you can see the larva. That one is kind of too big. So you want to get the larva that is roughly, you kind of look at the cells and find the larva that is only 1 millimeter big. You as small as possible. Eggs is the best, but I don't know how to graft the eggs. I think it's in general practice to graft the larva versus eggs. See, the bees are working on the cells, preparing everything. But I'm gonna take some larva from them and graft it in here, in these cells. See, these are still finishing the cells. Pretty interesting. So I need to work fast. See, I use this towel because once I graft it, I cover it with the towel to keep it like from wind, the same moisture. We don't want them to dry out because I want to take larva with the royal jelly. It's a little bit of the royal jelly in each of those cells. You can see that shiny thing over there. Let's see if I can turn on the light. Yeah, see the royal jelly and larva inside. See, the light is much better. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here's one. I have a bee that got under my fish short. Carefully grafted in the cell. So if you're not sure if you got that larva, what you can do couple larvas in one cell because the bees will remove excess if you put extra larva in the cell. So I'm gonna put couple times in the first one. Okay, it's done. Now I go to the next one. So you wanna get the larva from its back. It's a kind of slow process, but that's the only way to do it. Now I see that this tool is not so good. I wanna use a different one. You kind of feel it, like the tool is good or not good. They're so cheap, you can buy several and then just try. So too bad I don't have hands to show what I'm doing, but you stick it in there. See, you pick the larva and then you place that larva in the cell. Then you go to the next cell. Usually you kind of find the area where you have the right age larva. Carefully grafted. Here it is. So this goes to number. It's mostly done. I grafted another frame into this hive and then the hive behind. So I will have two more frames with queen cells. And the final step is what's essential is to feed them. I prepared some syrup that is made of honey and water, just to dissolve the honey. So very, very thick syrup with honey, and that will stimulate these glands to produce more royal jelly. Even though we have very good honey flow still, like in the evening they're bringing nectar, but I'd like to feed them as much as I can to make sure that the bees are fed. They generate lots of royal jelly. And then in 3 days I can remove the royal jelly and do perhaps another graft if I have time, but it's very laborious process. As you could see it, basically you prepare queen caps, give the queen caps to the bees for several hours with the honey to clean them, polish them, to prepare for graft. Then you graft 3-day old larva. Is like just when the eggs just starting to get larva, you put it along with the royal jelly that is in the cell, and then you put it back in that hive that was polishing it, and that's it. So this is the process. The most laborious part is to do the grafting itself, because you wanna make sure that you get that little larva from its back, that it's very tiny, small, not big one, for the quality of queens, and then you graft it in there. Here we go. It's mostly done. Thanks for watching.